What's good, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow. Look back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to get into is something I was asked, right, was if I had seen that American Cholo, the podcaster, he has thrown in the towel when it comes to YouTube, right? What's my thoughts on that? Now, Gil, American Cholo, he had a podcast, right, on here. They discuss, a lot of different topics, right? From gangs to politics to, just current events. Um, and he had a good podcast, right? There was a lot of good, conversations, sparked up right there. A lot of good debates. Um, he also did, a lot of, events for the community, right? Charity events, toy giveaways, school giveaways, turkey giveaways, stuff like that. Now, Gil and himself, just like everybody else, has his faults to him, right? So not to say that he didn't never made any mistakes or that, that he's, how can I say, a saint or anything like that, right? He's gonna have errors just like everybody else. He's gonna have his faults to him. He's made his mistakes just like everybody else on here. Nobody is perfect. That is just, how the world is, right? That is just humans, we're just not perfect, right? So we have our errors to us. We all make mistakes, right? And we all have our faults to us. Um, so, obviously he has made mistakes on here, right? But nonetheless, I feel like his channel was a good channel, and I felt like he did give back to the community, and he was actually out there actually trying to do something for the raza, not like some people that just say that they're for the raza and all about the raza, yet they do nothing for the raza. For the betterment of people, but do nothing for to better our people except talk shit. And I don't know how that's bettering people, and I don't know how that's helping anybody. But it's something that people eat up on here, right? People buy into that just because it's being said instead of what's actually being done. Though it's about what's being done, not what's being said. Because anybody can say whatever the hell they want. Actions will forever speak louder than the words. It's something that a con man uses, and that's one of the things that Gil was saying, is that he says there's a lot of fake stuff going on here on YouTube. There's a whole lot of liars, and this is very true, something I agree with him 100%. Now, this is the internet. It is a form of entertainment. This is not to be taken serious. It's just for people to be entertained. This is also very true, right? And people could um, indulge in whatever kind of channels they want or videos and be entertained. The problem is when people are saying that this is real or that this is how it is when it's not. See, other forms of entertainment, whether it's TV shows, soap operas, WWE, or any other form of media that's, made for entertainment, magic shows and all that, it is not telling you that it's real. Well, magic used to say that, but we all know that they're full of shit, right? And that's the reason why a lot of people have a problem with magic. Because back then they used to say it was real when it wasn't. The lie in itself is what creates the issues. WWE never had that problem because it's not saying that it's real. We all know that it's fake. That's why people could watch it. It becomes the issue when people start saying that this stuff is real when it is not. It is the lies. That's the reason why they don't let companies lie in order to get us to go and buy their products. If not, all these companies would be doing it. But then they'll get a lot of lawsuits, obviously, because you can't trick and manipulate people out of their, time, money, or whatever. It's not good to trick individuals. That is the issue. That individuals come on here and they lie, and people, tend to gravitate and defend those individuals more than the people that are looking to make change. And it's absurd. So I can see his frustration because you do get a lot of liars, right? And a lot of people who display a lot of bad behaviors, right? A lot of people tend to say that they have this moral compass, right? That, they don't tolerate pedophiles or racism or any of that type of behavior. Yet they support people who display all those characteristics and have done all of those things. And yet they try to justify it foolishly, right? Or saying that, well, it's no big issue. It's not affecting me, so I could care less. And it's like, no, because what if that was your child, or what if you were the victim of the racism, or your child was the one being lied to, or your wife was the one being lied to, would you be okay with that? No, you wouldn't, right? Okay, so the moral sense that you do have a problem with lies, the moral sense shows that you do have a problem with pedophiles and racism and all of that, right? So now, why is it that you're trying to justify this individual's behaviors and saying that it's irrelevant to the conversation when clearly it bothers you if it were to be affecting you? So you do have a moral compass where this behavior is wrong. So why are you choosing now to um, indulge in it here, and then feel like justifying it is the right thing to do, which absolutely makes no sense. It's a contradiction, right? Um, and this is not to hate on people and stuff like that. It's just that bad behaviors and individuals who look to manipulate and lie and stuff like that shouldn't be things that people should be encouraging or supporting, and that's just the facts of things. you know because like I said, nobody would support that in the real world, so why support it here? um you get me? Because like I said, allowing behaviors like that to go unchecked, you get nothing good out of it. So, but you shouldn't allow people to get to you, right? And you should just brush it off. I mean, because at the end of the day, people are going to behave however they want, you know what I mean? And um you know we should just brush it off and just keep moving forward, right? But I can see the frustration because we share the audience, so obviously the topics always get brought up, and they're always conversations that we got to have because subscribers want to know. Like I say, we all share the same subscribers, so these conversations always get people are entangled with the conversations. um, but you have to understand that's just the nature of the beast, right? That's just how it goes. um, but maybe he will be back, in the future. Maybe he just needs a break from all the drama that YouTube, creates. But this is social media. You gotta have thick skin, you know. I never let it phase me. But I get it. Being from the streets, having a short temper, being the way we are, I can see why a lot of individuals you would let this, affect them, right? Because of their overall short patience or short tempered, whatever, right? Um, but like I said, it's just something that um, people shouldn't let it bother them. Even though I understand, because you see people saying that these individuals are real and they're the truth, and they tell you how it is when you already know that it's all a lie, right? And it's like how foolish and blind can you be? you know because even with evidence, these individuals refuse to see it, or refuse to look at it, or justify it, like I said. But then they want to point it out on other people, when it's like, how are you going to critique one individual and insult him when you support an individual who's exactly the same way as that individual? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And you see that a lot within the taboo genre, prison genre, street genre, gang genre, whatever people want to call it, the yarda. um, right? But a lot of times it's just trolling, and it's done intentionally to aggravate people. But like I said, I don't know why people let it get to them. It's a shame because I felt like he had a good podcast. Um, you know, it's something I would tap in from time to time. Um, you know, I felt like Gil did a lot for the community. I felt like he was trying to do something, even though people might say he had motives or it was because of this and that. Hey, he at least was trying out there. I don't see nobody else doing any giveaways and stuff like that, right? I see people taking charity money. I don't see them actually out there, doing charity work like he at least did several times. Um, you know what I'm saying? So you know that's more than you can say about half of these individuals. So I mean, like I said, he was at least trying. So I take my hats off to that. Um, it's something that I never thought I would even say, because given the history of our neighborhoods, right? Um, um, that's he at least earned my respect in that sense, right? Um, Not in the sense where I feel any different towards his neighborhood, right? But at least in the sense of I respect him as an individual and what he was doing, and what he stood on and his message. You know, um, so it's a shame, right? Because that's one less, I guess solid individual with solid conversation out the game, just allowing more space for the manipulators, the liars, to spread their wings and pollute. And that always tends to happen, that the ones that actually have the wisdom and the stable minds, and the ones that are actually know the facts, always choose to stay quiet and allow the fakes, the loudmouths, to always keep getting louder and louder and catching the ears of more and more people, fooling them into the nonsense. I feel like that's always been the problem. And people need to voice their opinion, and you know question these individuals, and rightfully spit the facts, bro. And people can never be mad at you bringing the facts and speaking truths. Despite how much they want to support these individuals or like these individuals, they can't be mad that you're speaking the truth and exposing the lies, homie. You can only be mad at the liars for constantly lying. And that's just the way it is. And like I said, you should feel confident on what you stand on, because like I said, you bring facts. And no matter how good the lie is, no matter how many people believe the lie, it will never be the truth. It will never beat the truth. And that's just, what it is. But overall, that's my opinion. It's a damn shame. I wish him the best, and who knows? We'll see what the future brings. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Shout out. We up.